Well, hello, gentlemen.
Hello, Sean. Good to see you, mate.
Great to meet you both. And wow, what a series, I must say.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Really been enjoying it. Ben, you're one of the best in the business, but can we talk about how awesome Joe's performance is from the get-go? Like, seriously, amazing job and just fantastic.
I love Ben, question for you. How brilliant is Joe? He is. He's one of my favorite new actors, I have to say that.
I'm with you on that.
I knew from the from the very start that we did a read through of the first 2 episodes to get a table read, and Joe and myself and Mary-Louise Parker were the only actors sort of in the room. And about 5 minutes in, Joe just looked up at me with this kind of like, I don't really. He'd said before, like, I haven't done a read through. I don't know what we're supposed to do. About 2 minutes in, he read his first long scene and looked up at me, and I just gave him this sort of like nod, and then he just sort of settled into a chair, and he just
made
like
the process a lot easier.
Yeah, you just took off like a rocket from that moment.
No, I absolutely agree with everything I saw on screen. I mean, it was amazing. Both of y'all are, and your characters, Luke and Tim, are on separate paths at first, but their destinies will become deeply connected. So as actors, how did you both build that invisible thread between your characters before they even share the screen?
Well, that was something that Jack actually spoke to us about, is that when we first started doing it, the first scenes that we were together, it was like, you're too friendly with each other. You're too familiar. Because like we would always, like, if we both weren't working, or if, we would be together all the time, like reading lines or, going to the cinema or whatever. And when it came to we have to do stuff together, it was like, you know each other too much, so you've got to get rid of that. So it was
the directors had to keep reminding us that our characters didn't know each other as well as we did yet when we first started filming together, because we were kept in the horse box for so long. We don't meet until midway through the season, and I think that actually builds this very interesting tension. I love how Stephen King structures his stories in so many different ways. He's a master of kind of thrills, but also he's a real genius when it comes to like slow burn, sort of kind of simmering tension as well. And so having these two characters seemingly in almost different stories, and actually as the episodes progress or as the chapters go on, depending if you're reading it or watching it, you realize how much these two actually have in common and how they could have this kind of connection, to each other that would be really beneficial for both of them.
Yeah, Stephen King's great. I mean, he's a genius. And so if the two of you could sit down with King, ask him one question about these characters, what would it be and why?
Ooh, that's a really good question.
Yeah.
I don't mean to put you on the spot.
I mean, I suppose. Oh, I know. Yeah, if it had to be about this, I know he's watched the show and he came on as a producer after he was kind of watching it, so we kind of got his kind of stamp of approval, which felt really good. I suppose. I think from a very selfish perspective, when you read a book like that and then you take on the mantle of portraying the character, you really want. It's silly, but you want the author to be proud of what you've done or to approve of what you've done. So, and I think because the character is a bit different, the Tim of the show is probably a bit more physical and a bit more stoic. The Tim in the book is a little more bookish and thoughtful, a little bit. It's small margins, but I would just say, I suppose I would ask if he approved of the differences in the characters, the way that he saw them, or I'd actually like to know if there were things that he wasn't certain about the portrayal as well.
That was a rubber.
No, that's fair. But honestly, I think you made him proud. I think what y'all are offering with the King, adaptation is amazing. And so I hope y'all work together on other projects. I like to see the two of y'all together again. So it was a real pleasure to talk to both of you, and hopefully we can do it again.
Thank you so much.